If you're a university student, but you're completely lost about your future, and you're so tired of feeling like you're wasting your potential, while everyone just expects you to follow the traditional path. My name is Matt, and I used to be a completely lost university student with every advantage you can ask for, but zero direction in life. I have a good family, a great education. I grew up with financial security, everything most people would kill for. But despite all that privilege, I genuinely felt completely empty inside. That privilege slowly became a curse. I started gambling everything away, smoking every day, drinking every night, trying to fill the void. And it led to the most shameful moment of my life, and that was borrowing from the people around me just to survive. I had no purpose, no direction, just waiting every single day for something to happen. Ever since then, I transitioned into info, where I learned appointment setting, where I scaled to multiple 5 figures in the last few months while still at university. I really urge you to pay attention to this video because this model is completely brand new. And if you are someone in university who is actually searching for something to do, this is genuinely going to help you out. There's a bunch of students that took advantage of it already. All the pain you've been dealing with when it comes to feeling lost and directionless, I've been there. I understand what it's like waking up every day not knowing what to do, because every single thing that these people shared, and myself included, we got the results from appointment setting without following the typical path everyone expects you to take, without getting a boring internship that pays nothing during summer, without waiting until you graduate to start earning real money, without having to choose between building something meaningful and keeping up with your studies and dealing with the constant anxiety of not knowing what the hell you want to do with your life. Cool. You got first honors. Now what? Apply for an investment banking job next year because we're graduating soon. So if you do want to get to the point where you can be making 3 to 6K, even 10K per month while still at university, you don't have to wait until graduation to start building something real. You work with successful business owners who actually respect your skills, teach you exactly how to make money. You actually make enough money to become independent from your parents, and you have clear direction and purpose in your life. This video can potentially be life-changing for you. I'm sure you've seen all of these university success stories telling you just to focus on your studies, get good grades, get internships, work for a few years, go back home for a career you don't actually want. That's exactly what I was trying to do. I was into finance for a few years. I started doing AI automation. I tried getting good grades and everything, but I got zero fulfillment from it. I felt like I was living someone else's life. Wake up, go to lectures, study subjects, prepare for a career I didn't actually want. This is an exact picture of me at my lowest point. Look at this, 95 kilograms, completely depressed, jacking off every day just to cope with how empty I felt. I was gambling everything away, you name it. Poker, blackjack, roulette, sports betting. I even did women's football, for fuck's sake. At my lowest point, I gambled away 3 months of expenses in a single month. I had to go to my sister, borrowing money just to survive. Then I had to ask my girlfriend at the time for money, and that completely broke me. I slowly began to lose all respect for myself. And right after that, my girlfriend at the time, she left me for my best friend. They started dating, and probably are still now. So I was sitting alone in my room one day, and 95 kg, depressed, anxious, struggling with insomnia, thinking about therapy, because I genuinely didn't know if I wanted to keep living the way I was. And I know a bunch of you are stuck in the same position as I was last year, stuck in the exact same loop. And now you're realizing that when you're trying to follow the path everyone expects, more lectures, better grades, prestigious internships in JP Morgan, you're just feeling more lost and empty every single day. Of course, like every other university student, I try to fix this way by making money online. I spent 6 months trying to make AI automation agency. You know, I made £0. I actually lost 600 pounds every single month for 6 months. The mentorship I bought generally felt like a scam. You know, just modules, no real supports. And after 6 months of trying to find my first client, I gave up. That's when everything went completely downhill. I can imagine this exact same thing has happened to all of you watching right now. You tried drop shipping, you looked at trading, crypto, meme coins, maybe making up a YouTube channel, but nothing sticks because you don't have proper direction. The screenshot of making money online is never what actually happens. You know, those student entrepreneur success stories, making a few $100,000 a month as a 16-year-old, you see are never what you profit. That's when I figured out something that these business gurus were basically keeping a secret from university students. It's called appointment setting. Here's how appointment setting works if you guys don't know. You partner up with successful business owners who need someone to book qualified calls for you. So you get a percentage paid for every single deal that closes from appointments that you set. Let's say a business owner is making $50,000 a month. You help them from booking 20 qualified appointments. They charge you $2,000 per client. You make 10 to 15% from every deal that closes. You get paid to learn from successful entrepreneurs while providing them massive value. You build your systems, your skills, your network. You essentially get paid to develop develop the exact skill set that you will need in the future to make any successful business you build on later. Understand this, every single successful business owner online needs appointments booked. People teaching dropshipping, Amazon FBA, coaching programs, TikTok shop, fitness coaching, every single one of them needs a front guide in order to book an appointment so they can get sales. Majority of them are actually making their money from high ticket programs and coaching, and people are happy to pay $2K, $5K, $10K, even $25,000 per close for the right guidance from someone they trust. What's crazy is that these type of guys, to book these appointments for them, they still manage to get 70 to 80% profit margins on these programs. So I figured that I can help them book these appointments and take a percentage of what they make while using their success to build my own skills and network. I call this the Setter Collaboration Mastery System. It's been around for a while, but for some reason not in our student communities. If you think about it, successful people always had assistants, managers, people working behind the scenes. Athletes always had agents, musicians always have managers, entrepreneurs have operators, and info businesses have setters. These people have been getting rich for years, but 99% of students don't even know about them. That's the exact same concept that we're doing inside the online education space, except the online education space is worth 855 billion pounds and is growing every single year. You see, unlike everybody else, I don't want appointment setting to be your end-all be-all, but it is a first skill that is needed for you to understand and master if you want to get into sales, entrepreneurship, and maybe have your own business in the future. A few months in the game in an appointment setting, when you are building your network, you're going to realize that your goals right now are actually really small to how much you can be making in the future. I mean, rather than making 2 to 3K a month after your fresh grad job, you could be making 5K a month as an appointment setter in your first few months. I started because I realized how important this part of a business actually is. Without book calls, there are no sales calls. Without sales calls, there are no such thing as sales or even new clients closed. You become the foundation of the business. I mean, in my opinion, you should treat appointment setting like an internship. You learn how to build your own offer in the business in the future, and you actually learn the ropes and learn from people who've already succeeded doing it. The actual offer holders are already doing way better than you. 50K months, 100K months, even 500K months. As I say, smart people learn from their mistakes, but the real sharp ones learn from the mistakes of others. Like an intern learning every part of a business to have the skills to apply in their own venture in the future. You'd be able to make more than any fresh grad job, and at the same time learn the indispensable skill sets, knowledge, and discipline you need for success. Here's the thing, I could easily keep this to myself and just focus on my own success, but I remember what it felt like to be in your exact shoes. Completely lost, borrowing money from family, feeling like my potential was generally being wasted. This has never been offered to university students before, but I'm making this available because I know what it's like feeling directionless while everyone around you seems to be content with mediocrity. Now, what happens if you don't take action? You can continue feeling lost and directionless, or you can gain a competitive advantage and opportunity that could change the course of your life, because this model is only going to get bigger, and the students who get it early are going to win. So if you're sick living day to day, feeling stuck, no growth every single year, and know for a fact that you don't want to be asking a grown man when you want to go to the toilet, when you want to have lunch breaks in your 9 to 5, and actually build your wealth in your own terms, not live in anybody else's shadows, let's get on a call. You can book it down below in my calendar link. In the call, I'm going to be going through your current situation, potential that you have. I want to know what type of business owners you can work with and how quickly you can get placed on them. I want to know what your end goal is and actually figure out a path so you can reach that goal within the next few months. I want to know what goals you have and how you can use this to build and actually become the person that you want to be and you've been dreaming of since you were a kid. Most university students over the 20 years old don't even know this exists. You tell someone you're studying business, they understand. You're telling someone that you're applying for an internship, they understand. This type of stuff is meant to be difficult. If it was easy, everybody else would be doing it. So I wish you the best, and I hope you take action in order to move away from the current position that you are in. Hopefully you don't follow the path everybody keeps telling you to follow. A link is below if you want to book it. You have nothing to lose, and I hope I get to see you soon.